Hey guys, Prepper Madness back. Been gone a month. Things have been super busy here at the shop. Got quite a few, not big orders, just a lot of small stuff that I had to do, but it's time consuming, especially for a one-man operation. Okay, so excuses aside, let's get at this video. Now, what I'm going to talk about here in this video, I'm making this one more for the benefit of Panhandle Prepper. Maybe Prepper Bob might get something out of this. And you know, that being said, I mean, like, anybody can pick up something out of this. Now, what I've done is I've made a filing jig, okay, for making knives. And I'll show you how it's built. I thought I had a few extra pieces like the inserts and stuff like that to show you what they look like, but I can explain an alternative method for to replace that. All right, so let's get on with it. I'll put the camera down. So right here is the filing jig itself. Now I'll go through all the pieces for you, and I'll give you a few tips on building this as we go. Okay. So right here on each side. Down a little. On each side are two plates. These plates, you want to cut them out of 3/4 inch plywood, preferably. Okay. So these two plates right here are, I'll give you the measurements, are 6 by 5. Okay, so two plates, 6 by 5. All right. Next thing you're going to cut for the bottom reinforcing plate on this is another plate, of course, 6 by 16. Okay. So that's two plates, 6 by 5, one plate, 6 by 16. All right. You can see that these two go on the side. All right. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut this top plate, and that is 18.5 inches by, of course, you guessed it, 6. Okay? All right. Now, that being said, there's all your plywood. Okay? Oh, I was wrong. Sorry. There's just a couple more plates you got to cut. So you got to cut this bottom plate here at 12. It looks like 12 and 7/16. 12 and 7/16 about. Okay. You can trim it up later. And you cut two blocks right here, 4 by 6. Okay. Now, the next bit of material you're going to need at a minimum of 18 2-inch deck screws. Okay, that's for the top here. If you wish to reinforce that and screw back through on the other side, you go right ahead and do it. That's not done in this case. And you'll need 4 3-inch deck screws for right here. Okay, this piece here will hold it in your vise. All right. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. Okay. At a minimum, you're going to want, you see these carriage bolts right here? At a minimum, you're going to want 4. Okay? You're going to want 4 of them. And the way this one's built, it has these little inserts, which I thought I had an extra one of, but I don't. Of course, I can't find it. There's little threaded inserts that are down inside, and they've got a built-on washer. Okay, so after you've drilled your holes, okay, you place that little insert in, and then you place them all in, and then fit the pieces together. Okay. I hope I'm being fairly clear on all this. I'm going a little bit quick. Right. So next thing, you're going to drill 5 holes right here. okay, and you're going to drill them at 7/16. Okay, drill all these holes here at 7/16. Okay, you go 5 over here, 5 over here, and they are 1 inch to center away from the edge. All right. Okay, next you're going to come up 4 inches to center, and you're going to drill a hole in the middle of the main plate. Okay, again 7/16. And from there, center to center, the holes are 1 inch apart, center to center. Okay, and in this case here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 holes. Okay, so 5 and 5 and 5, 5 and 14 gives you means you need 24 inserts. Okay, they're not very expensive. We got them at Home Hardware for like I think they were like 10 cents each or something silly like that. Okay. Now a little something before you go and put it all. Once you've drilled all your holes. Once you've drilled all your holes and everything, a little something before you put it all together. This is what this is a mistake I made. I did it after everything was put together. Is I put a polyurethane finish on here. This is like about 4 coats, and I sanded between coats with 220 grit, so this was a nice smooth surface, so I could keep it clean. Okay, because what I found with little jigs like this, when you go to hang them up on the wall and you get all that dust on there, you'll either be breathing it in or you'll be getting it in your eyes. Okay, so I like to keep these surfaces nice and clean. Okay, so of course then you place everything together. After you've done the coats on these 3 pieces here, you place her all together, and then you can begin by using these bolts to hold down your piece of annealed steel. Okay, we'll get this right in here like that. How did I get it last time? There we go. Okay, so you can see how that works quite simply. Now we just go and screw these down. These are all a little stiff because I have not used this yet. Okay, unfortunately. Let's get a little. All right, so here's something that I just picked up along the way here too that I've got to make a little mod on. You're going to find out why you want to use carriage bolts, because square-headed bolts stick up too far. Okay, and it'll get in the way of your file. So these were a little bit of a pain to put in with my pliers. So the remedy for that would be just to slice into one edge right here, and then of course the opposite edge. Doesn't matter, you can file them or grind them flat, and then make sure it's nice and clean and smooth in under the bolt head especially. Okay, so it doesn't scratch your annealed steel. All right, so that being said, you guys can see now that I have this bolted down. It's nice and secure and firm. All right. Now normally I would have this in my vise. Okay. So let's see if I can get this all in camera properly. Next thing you're going to want is a what is this thing? 32 inch piece of 1/4 inch round rod. Get them at pretty much anywhere. Canadian Tire, Home Hardware, Home Depot, Princess Auto probably. Okay, Harbor Freight for you guys, I guess. Okay, now I could not find my 3/8 eye bolt for up here. Okay, you'll want, let's see if I can get that. This one's just a 1/4 inch. All I did was just stick it in here for now. So what you'll want is of course a 3/8 eye bolt like this. Don't get galvanized; they won't go into the threads. Okay, so you're going to want the stainless or nickel-plated ones. Okay, and you want a nut for on the bottom of it to adjust your height up and down. Okay. All right, now This is a piece of annealed saw blade. If you guys want to learn how to anneal your steel and how to check for hardness and all those kind of things, I'll leave a link down below to Tim Wickstrom's channel. He's got a good video on it. Okay, here, this puppy here. This is a single cut medium half round file. Okay. Now I've got this nice little handle that comes on and off of these files. I don't know if you can find them anymore. And all it does is you just slide the handle in like that. You just slide the handle in, okay, and on the end here, you just screw it all tight, okay, and reverse order, of course, for taking off. Okay, screw it on tight. Two 2-inch hose clamps, and of course a screwdriver to put it in with. And what we do is we put the file underneath the rod like that, okay, and then we slide our hose clamps up, and we're going to put one up as close as we can. Well, I guess I can't find any of them, so we'll just go back to the 2-inch plan. Okay, so I'm going to put one on right here on this end first. Okay, let's move that camera so you can see what's happening. There we go. Okay, this is another reason why I like this handle, because it's got these little grooves right here. See them? Okay, so, and they line up pretty close to center on the file. So I just set my file not right on them, but kind of inside-ish like that. All right, and then we'll screw them down. All right, you can see I got this one back here. I'm gonna cut this one off. Okay, so you can see where I placed it, just off the teeth of the file. Okay, now we're gonna go over here to the top, and we'll do the same thing. Okay. So we'll get this tightened down. All right. So what we want to do now is I'm going to put it through the eye. Let's make sure the camera's on everything. Looks like it. Okay. So I want to make sure I'm going to have a full stroke out of this. Okay. You can see this thing moving. Obviously it's the wrong size, like I said before. You need a 3/8 eye. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this eye out, and I'm going to move it further back, okay? Because what I'm shooting for, you'll see how I do it here in just a moment. I'm going to be shooting for a 5-degree angle, which is and it just passes over that. Okay, so I'm going to raise that up just a touch. I know a lot of playing around. I'm going to raise it up just a touch, simply because as I get down deeper into the knife, there we go. There, that's stuck in there actually pretty good now. Okay, just a little deeper in. Okay, there we go. Now, just goes right like this, straight across. Okay, so you can see how this is working. Okay, so, okay, yeah, right there. Okay, right there. Just start going. You can file the whole length of this blade. Okay. Now this is a pretty hard steel. Even annealed, it's fairly hard. But once you start getting an edge filed to it, she starts going pretty quick. Okay? So you can see how that works quite nicely. Okay? And of course you want to put this little jig in a vise and sit down and do this, okay? Just that simple, guys. I might have to anneal this again. Pretty hard. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. So, I don't know if you can see that. Let's zoom a little. Just a few light strokes there, and whoop, and it's starting to score the edge pretty good right here. Okay. It'd probably be better off with a fairly coarse, double cut bastard file. Okay. And you should wear gloves and safety glasses when you're doing this too, okay? This particulate gets everywhere. All right, so hopefully this will help some of you guys out there. As far as preparedness and stuff goes, preparing to go off grid and still having the capability of doing this sort of thing. Another really good thing to have is an old hand crank blacksmith's drill press. I'll just move this back. Okay. In conjunction with this, you're going to want a file card, okay, which is just basically it's a type of wire brush, and you want to keep this clean here. Have on hand a rag to wipe all the filings away. Alrighty, so I guess that's about it, guys. Pretty simple. I hope I didn't talk too fast. If I was talking fast, well, just pause the video, get out your notebook, write down to all the measurements for all the pieces, and the number of pieces, and sizes and everything, and off you go. Okay, everybody, I hope you did learn something. Take care.